Hey everybody, Ian from ianarthurs.com here with another video for you. As usual, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Today's video is going to be a lesson video on playing over a 12-bar blues. I'm going to show you the right way to play over a 12-bar blues. And this is something that people have, quite frankly, been doing largely incorrectly for the better part of 100 years now. Not everybody, obviously, but I think that a lot of beginner and intermediate players never get past what I like to call pentatonic land. So if you are one of the players that uses a minor pentatonic scale to play over a 12-bar blues all the time, this video is for you. It's one of the trickiest things you can do because a lot of people don't realize a 12-bar blues is actually changing keys with every chord change. Now, not a minor 12-bar blues necessarily. If it's actually in a minor key, then it will pretty much just stay in one minor scale. However, for a typical blues that is dominant 7 chords, every time you have a dominant 7, for instance, if I'm in the key of A, A7, and then it goes to D7, and we have our 5 chord is E7, each one of those requires a different set of notes to play over it. So when you're working with that, like I said, it's a key change for every single one of those. And most people are just playing the good old minor pentatonic scale through all of them no matter what. This is going to be designed to help you get over that hump. The first part of this lesson, we're going to break this up here a little bit, but the first part of this lesson is going to be just taking the minor pentatonic scale like we already were, and now we're going to just kind of focus on the middle of it, the 4 middle notes, which in the key of A for doing the A minor pentatonic, we're playing G, A, C, and D, and we're going to go ahead and now just add in a second finger there. And we're going to make a little rule here. I want you to always use a hammer-on to get to that second finger. So if you're playing a lick in your A minor pentatonic scale, you're going to get there with a hammer-on. You can still use C, that first finger, as a passing tone, but you need to land. If you're going to resolve a phrase or sit on a note for a little while, you cannot sit on that C. You need to land on C sharp. The reason for this, when we're playing an A7 chord, the notes of A7 are A, C sharp, E, and G. So it should be C sharp, which is not in the minor pentatonic scale. C is in the minor pentatonic scale. So we need to make sure that we're using A, C sharp, E, and G to solo over the A7 chord. So part 1 is going to be just playing over one chord at a time, and then working on using that C sharp over it. So I'm going to go ahead and just make up a little rhythm part here to play behind you right now. So I'm going to play A7. Just going to keep repeating that. And I want you to go ahead and work on playing that C sharp. Play phrases and resolve on C sharp. Let's give it a try here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you've played over the A7 chord and hopefully did a lot of landing on C sharp instead of landing on C. Let's go ahead and talk about what that means for how we do the 4 chord. The 4 chord, which is D7, you can hear it and see it that we actually have C natural in the 4 chord. So when we're playing over 12-bar blues, as soon as we go to that 4 chord, the D7 for instance in the key of A, you should play just the minor pentatonic scale. Now it works perfectly. It's exactly what you need to play over that chord. There's a little other stuff you can play too, but this is a great starting point. So you're going to use that D7 with the C natural in it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to play D7 over and over again, and then I'm going to have you play the A minor pentatonic scale just as you normally would, landing on C natural. Okay, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you've played over A7 with the minor pentatonic scale using C sharp in it, hammering on that second finger during that chord. And you've played D7 with a C natural in it. The next step is to try to be able to go back and forth. So I'm going to play A7 and D7 back and forth now, but I'm going to give you a long time on each. I'm not going to play a normal full blues progression right now. It's hard to just jump right into that. I'm going to play 4 bars on A7 and 4 bars on D7. And here's what I'm going to do is as I'm going to eventually start to do 2 bars on each. And then eventually I'm going to do 1 bar on each. So I'm going to try to start with a lot of space so you can play the right notes of the right scale, and then less space, keep making sure you're playing the right notes, the right scale. I'm also going to be talking through it and telling you which chord you're on and which note you should be playing, and then we're going to get down to 1 bar in each, and hopefully you can go back and forth the way you're supposed to play over those changes correctly. So here we go, we're going to give it a try, starting with 4 bars on each chord back and forth. 1, 2, 3, A7. 2 more bars. To D7, here we go. Normal pentatonic now. Back to A7, use that second finger hammer on. C sharp now. Back to the pentatonic here. Back to A7, so use that second finger hammer on. Pentatonic D7. Back to A7, use that second finger, hammer on. Back to D7, normal pentatonic scale here. Okay, I'm going to start doing 2 bars of each. Here's A7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Here's D7. So normal pentatonic here. Back to C sharp, second finger hammer on here, A7. Here's D7, normal pentatonic. A7, hammer on that second finger. D7, pentatonic. Back to A7. D7. Back to A7. D7. Back to A7. D7. Okay, 1 bar in each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pentatonic, D7. Back to A7. Hammer on that second finger. Pentatonic. A7. D7. Pentatonic there. A7. Hammer on the second finger. D7. Pentatonic. A7. D7. A7. D7. A7. D7. A7. D7. Resolve on C sharp. So hopefully this is giving you the idea of what is truly involved with playing over 12-bar blues. And really I think the key to it is, as we start with, playing over just one of the chords. Don't try to play over the entire progression right away. Try to play over just one chord at a time. And let's start to switch back and forth a little bit, but start switching back and forth slowly. Don't just jump once again right into a 12-bar blues progression. Now, the other thing is, I'm leaving off the details today of how to play over the 5 chord. Right now, I'm more worried about the 1 to the 4 chord. We'll deal with the 5 chord more specifically later, but start with the 1 chord to the 4 chord. So I really hope this helps you out. Let me know what you think of the lesson, and I will hopefully see you on the next one.